Hey everybody, it's Dak here from the Ed Boys, and welcome to episode 23 of the Slayer. Jumping right into it, let's get our first task. Fingers crossed. Let's start this one off well. Duradel, I would really appreciate that. You know, could always take a good 23 mutated Zygomites. It's like the exact opposite of starting off well. It's probably the worst task you could have given me. Alright, done with this really pointless, but I mean quick, so I can't complain too much task. Let's go ahead and price check. Never really anything special, but looks like this time we made, look at that. We'll say 3K. Alright, Duradel, I know that you can do better than mutated Zygomites. I'm a little upset with that. Come on, buddy. Let's get something going here. 45 Black Dragons. That is much, much better than mutated Zygomites. I really like fighting the King Black Dragon, there's no doubt about it. It's a very simple boss to kill, but it's still a boss, so a little bit better drops. It always turns out to be one of the better money makers. Something along the lines of wyverns, I would say, when it comes to how much we make. And of course, the 1 in 5,000 Draconic Visage chance is a lot better than 1 in 10,000. So it's pretty much like getting 2 dragon kills every time we kill the KBD. And I'm really hoping for the pet. I would like to get the I think it's called the Prince Black Dragon, the pet version of him. But I don't have a pet yet. I have a cat, but one who wants to walk around with their cat? It's kind of lame. Doesn't really show you're very cool. If I could manage to get the KBD pet, or I mean any pet at this point, but KBD pet's one of the possibilities, I'd be pretty happy. So it's always exciting to see the Black Dragon assignment, and there's a few reasons behind it, but honestly right now the pet is one of the biggest things. I really would like to get a pet. The only problem with KBD compared to like the Kraken, having to run through the wilderness is kind of a pain in the ass. I've gotten PK'd a couple of times. Never really that bad. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't know, it kind of sucks. It's a little bit of a waste of time. That's actually probably the biggest part of it. It's just a time waster, and I don't know, occasionally like if I have a handful of diamond bolts on me, I don't seem to keep those. My 50k that I'm using to buy the private room, I lose that. So I lose some money for sure when I get PK'd, but really the biggest thing is I can't get this assignment done nearly as quickly, and that's not good for me. I want to do these assignments as fast as possible. I'm okay with the money loss a little bit. I'll make up for that, but it's hard to make up for time wasted. So that's probably the worst part about the KBD tasks. Other than that, he's a real simple boss to fight. I've been getting a little bit better at fighting him. Plus some level increases clearly have helped that. But otherwise, I got to give a big thumbs up to KBD. It all works out pretty well. Look at this, 150 U logs. It's not a bad drop. It's one of the better drops we get. It helps everything add up. Hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed so we can get something like a Draconic Visage during this assignment. Didn't get a Visage or a pet or really any rare drop from this one, unfortunately, but we can go ahead and price check this load, which was one of the smaller loads. As you can see, only 3 kills, and the Amulet Power isn't a phenomenal drop by any means. But we got 61k from this load, and that puts us at 1,142k in the assignment, so a 1.1 mil assignment. Duradel, KBD is a great moneymaker. Can't complain about that task. What do you have for me next? Another moneymaker would be great, but I don't know. It's up to you, I guess. 50 Ankus. Oh, Ankus are quick, give me some melee XP. Can't complain about them too much, but it's not really great on the money making side, and I don't know. After a 1 mil assignment, I'm just really pumped about making some cash. So when we only make, look at this one, 30k an assignment, it's not as exciting. Task number 369. What do you got for me, Duradel? I don't even know what to ask for because you never seem to give me what I asked for, so I don't even think I should bother. I just gotta cross my fingers that it's okay. 41 Steel Dragons. I'll take 41 Steel Dragons. I like that. A Draconic Visage is one item that I really think I need to be getting during this whole series. It'd be one of the iconic drops of the series, and it's very possible we can get one. So anytime I see a task like Steel Dragons, Wyverns, Iron Dragons, KBD, any of these ones, I'm pretty excited that there's a possibility for the Draconic Visage. Unfortunately, we didn't get it this time, so let's keep our fingers crossed that we will in the future. But 80k from this load actually puts the assignment at 285k. Task number 370, Duradel. 41 Steel Dragons was a good one. Can't really complain about Steel Dragons. Added up decently for cash. So, let's see what you got for me this time. 150 Trolls. Quick assignment. I like that. Of the rare items that trolls could give, I think the Rune Warhammer is the lowest priced one. I'd rather have 3 Rune Kites than Rune Warhammers, but I managed 2 Rune Kites with them, so this actually is going to add up to a pretty decent load. Sometimes these trolls work out really well. Sometimes it's just a toss-up. It can be really bad too. But this time, looks like we made 172k. Alright, Duradel, this is task number 371. We got 75 points for that last task, so I can't complain about Mad Slayer points, even though I really don't use a lot of them, so it's not that big of a deal. 129 elves. Alright, I haven't had elves in a while. It's a pretty simple task. These guys aren't bad for the melee XP. We're approaching 89 attack, which is pretty exciting. Other than that, I don't know, decent drops. Sometimes they add up pretty well, but it's not anything to jump about, and there's nothing really rare that we could get that could make this a bank-breaking task, but it looks like we made 68k. Time for another task, Duradel. I don't know, give me what you got, man. I'm looking for a decent moneymaker, as always, but the quick ones are okay. 21 mutated Zygamites. Should have said anything about quick ones. Bastard. Wrapping up our second Zygamite task of the episode. Hopefully we don't manage a third one. They're very quick, so, again, that's really the only upside to them, and I try my best to look at the positives. But this one added up way better than normal. I don't actually want that mushroom spore. Looks like we got 7k from this one. And it's time for task number 373. Duradel, what do you got for me, man? I don't know what to ask from you, because you're pretty random. 154 Bloodvelds? Alright, I'll take Bloodvelds. I seem to level up on a lot of Bloodveld tasks, including this one. We're about to get 89 attack. There it is, 89 attack, and I believe that gets us, yeah, 110 combat. Pretty cool, kind of a combat milestone, but there's really like nothing specific I needed 110 combat for, but it's always nice to grow a combat level and an attack level. We're almost at 90 now. Wrapping up task number 373, 15 more Slayer points. Let's go ahead and price check this one. It's Bloodvelds, so it's never anything spectacular. These are definitely for the XP, but it's a very quick task. That takes me, actually I have to check the timer quick. Hold on, let me price check this first. We made 89k, and it actually only takes me about an hour, just over an hour, so it's a decent task when it comes to XP. Now it's time for task number 374. Alright, Duradel, I just asked for a solid, let's go with Moneymaker, because you haven't given me one in a couple tasks. 236 Abbey Demons. That's definitely a solid moneymaker, especially if we can get the you-know-what. I was thinking to do some Abyssal Sire in this task because I have gotten to my 92 mage, so I have the required stats for it. There's a couple reasons I decided not to. For one, as normal, the episode is, I don't know, I'm running a little late on recording, so I didn't have a lot of time to spare to go ahead and do some bossing, especially some new bossing that I have not done before. It would take me a long time to go rack up like 10 to 20 Sire kills. Two, there's a lot of items that are required, or not really required, but items that I would need to use to fight it that I don't have quite yet, and not necessarily can't afford them, but if I were to buy them right now, I wouldn't be able to afford my Spectral Spirit Shield, which I really want to buy when I land at 91 Slayer, which is kind of soon. So I decided it was probably a good idea to stick with these Abyssal Demons rather than spend some extra cash and time just to get a couple of Sire kills. But I do believe that's coming up soon because I really would like to get some of those Sires drops. Like, well, the Unsired is the only drop that I want from them. But the rewards from the Unsired, like the pet, for instance, I would love that pet. Any pet. I'm always saying I want a pet, so clearly I would like the pet. The Abyssal Dagger would be great, and of course, if we could manage to build ourselves a Bludgeon, that would be some solid cash. That would make this overall a fantastic task. But for now, we're going to stick with these Abbey Demons. And unfortunately, unless I get a whip on this kill, I'm not getting a whip from this task. I didn't even really get any rare drops. Come on, buddy. Come on. You want to give it to me on the last kill of the assignment? That's unfortunate. It still adds up decently. It's not a huge deal not getting a whip, but it would have been really nice to have another 2.4 mil on this assignment. It's the most exciting drop we've gotten on this series, so I'd like to have more than 2 of them. But I'll be patient. It'll happen. 125k from this low. It's actually a 246k assignment. Task number 375, I believe. That was a good one, obviously. I'll take as many Abyssal Demons as you'll give me, Duradel. But what do you have for me now? 157 Dagonoths. Alright guys, I'll see you there. I did mention that I've gotten my 92 mage. One reason I'm not at the Dagonoth Kings quite yet is I haven't finished the diary, and that's because when I went to go finish the diary, I noticed that I needed 80 crafting. I believe I knew that, and it was not coming up to me when I was thinking about what levels I needed. I was more focused on the rune crafting and the mage that I wanted. So I still need to get some crafting levels before we can do that, but it looks like this load we made 41k. Alrighty then, Duradel. I don't know what to ask for, man. I'm gonna go with let's go with good moneymaker. I try it every time, see if it works. 169 greater demons, not necessarily. Here's an update on doing some Zammy tasks. For one of the tasks for the Elite Fremennik Diaries that I was completing for the Dagonoth Bones requires me to defeat each of the God Wars Dungeon Generals, which clearly includes the Zamrock Generals. So I went in there to solo him. I attempted it. It wasn't like a full-blown, really legitimate attempt, but I went in there trying to get one kill. Like I wasn't trying to do a full-on trip and make some cash. I just wanted to get my kill, and it was pretty ugly, which is not good. So I'd like to get my melee stats to 90 plus before I really try to do some Zamrock bossing. But it looks like this greater demon task added up really well. Made 190k. All right, I need a new task from you, buddy. I'm looking for good XP. Since I mentioned that I want 90 plus melee stats, I want them as soon as possible, honestly. So we're looking for some melee XP. 172 Necreal. We can get some good melee XP from these guys. My last Necreal task, I got 5 rune boots, which was insane. It was more than we had total. And we didn't manage 5 this time, but I got 4 pairs of rune boots and 3 rune full helms. So it's going to add up to another decent task. And we've gotten the rune boots. I've now gotten 9 of, I think I have 14 total in my last 2 Necreal tasks. So I don't know what's going on, but those have been kind of crazy. And I'll take it. It turns out to give us a 188k assignment. Alright, Duradel, the last 2 tasks have been surprisingly good for money. They're usually not moneymaker tasks, but they've both gotten nearly 200k, so can't really complain. 70 skeletal wyverns, that is a solid moneymaker. Another wyvern task without a visage, but it still adds up to some really good cash. I can't complain about wyverns. I'm always excited to see them. Honestly, probably the #1 task that I've gotten throughout the series so far would be wyverns. Killer money. It adds up well enough for XP, like a normal XP task, and it's gotten very simple and a lot quicker lately, so there's really nothing to complain about with them. 190k from this load. Get this, it's actually a 999k assignment, so we almost made 1 mil. I've only got 2 tasks left for this episode, Duradel. If you could manage a second Abbey Demon task, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't be that upset about it. It'd be kind of cool, right? You know? 47 Steel Dragons. Alright, it's a second Steel Dragon task, but I'll take it. I think I've gotten 4 or 5 tasks on this episode that I had a chance of getting a Visage on, so clearly Duradel's pushing for me to get that Draconic Visage, and I appreciate it. Unfortunately, haven't gotten it yet. Did not get it this task. I'll go ahead and teleport out, and we can price check this inventory, see how much money we made. I believe this was a little bit worse than no, this was definitely better than the last Steel Dragon task. The last one didn't add up as well as I wanted to. So we got 43k from this one, and it's a 341k task. Last task of the episode, Duradel. What do you have? I'll take anything. Let's go with a moneymaker though, as I usually try to ask for, because that's the more exciting task to finish up. 29 Mithril Dragons. 3 tasks in a row that we could get a Visage. He's really trying to help us out. There they are. There, the chewed bones. 7 kills left. I was kind of thinking I might not get some this time, but I've managed another set. Pretty cool. Now we got something to look forward to after this task. The Myth Drags usually add up pretty well. Unfortunately, I've noticed that I don't have anything to teleport out of here. So I'm just gonna run to the bridge area that we come in, so I can price check this. And then I'll use like a mini game teleport to get out of here. But as I was saying, the Mithril Dragons usually add up pretty well. This one is a little bit lower than usual, but it's much better than the average task. One thing, I wanted to average at least 100k per task because I figured I'd get about 100 mil from the whole thing. Clearly we're getting a lot more than that, but this task ends up being 226k, so that's twice the average I'm looking for. Thanks to some chewed bones, I almost called them ancient bones, but that's not what they're called. There's ancient pages and chewed bones. Thanks to the chewed bones, we have a chance at a DFH. Didn't get the DFH though. Looks like we got, what is this, super strength mix? An extra 3k for that assignment. And of course, to wrap up this episode, everybody, we go ahead and check out the bank tab. It's looking pretty solid. In this episode, we made just over 4 mil, actually, 4,025k. So not our best episode, but it's really helping with the Slayer tab. We're up to 93.3 mil. So any episode now, we could be reaching a 100 mil Slayer tab. Fingers crossed that this is going to be next episode, because then we managed a pretty good show. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I know that I did, and I will see you next time.
Thank you everyone for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click on that like button and tell us what you enjoyed about it. If you're looking for some more RuneScape videos like this one, then be sure to join the cul-de-sac by subscribing for more. We will see you next time.